horizon. I have weathered you before, I will weather you again. Stronger than ever known, never alone. Stronger than ever might. Look how I've grown. Lifted in every endeavor, stronger than ever. Yeah. No teardrop, no howling winter wind could ever throw me off my journey. I will walk without a fear, past the wolf at my front door. Stronger than ever known, never alone. Stronger than ever mine. Look how I've grown. Lifted in every endeavor. When I look back on all I've done, everything I've lost or won, it all fades into the glory of my never-ending story. Stronger than ever known, never alone. Stronger than ever mine. Look how I've grown. Lifted in every endeavor. Stronger than ever known, never alone. Stronger than ever mine. Look how I've grown. Lifted in every endeavor. Stronger than ever. Stronger than ever. Stronger than ever. Stronger than ever. Stronger than ever.
Thank you so much, our beloved New Thought messengers. Hello, everyone. What a blessing to be in community this day, yes? Yes, 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 yes. I am Shannon O'Hurley. I get to be your senior minister here at the New Thought Center for Spiritual Living. Such an honor and a privilege in my life. For those of you who are here for the first time, who are new or perhaps newish, know that you have stepped into an inclusive, progressive, compassionate, spiritual community. We do our own personal work here, and then we carry that out into the world in support of others. We take a stand for spirit-led social justice in this community. We are committed to it. Let's all take a deep breath as we acknowledge that we are on the ancestral land of the Kalapuya people. We affirm indigenous history, experiences, and sovereignty. I would like for us here in person and all those online, welcome to you as well, to share with one voice, as you feel comfortable, our vision and our mission here at the New Thought Center for Spiritual Living. Our vision, recognizing our oneness, we envision a world that works for everyone and all creation, and our mission, providing spiritual tools for personal and global transformation. I'd like all of us to take a deep breath. As many of you know by now, our beloved Reverend Noel McGinnis made his transition this past Monday on May 1st. I'm going to be speaking more about him later, but I want to let all of you know that his celebration for life is going to be on May 27th at 2 p.m. here and online, and we will celebrate that extraordinary human being that Rev Noel continues to be on the other side of life. Yes. All right. With that, I want to take a moment and acknowledge some flowers. Rev Noel and I had a common love of the color orange. Kind of a in-joke. And I decided to bring this in honor of him so that he is with me this day. Also, we have another beautiful flowers here. And choir, please do come on up as I am dedicating this beautiful orchid. This beautiful orchid is meant to honor Mary Bartlett on her 90th birthday. Oh, We are beyond grateful for our mom who enriches our lives with unmatched love. She generously shares words of love, wisdom, and encouragement. She has a hug, kiss, and a hand squeeze ready for any situation. Love that. She is the heart of our family, and we are so very thankful to be able to celebrate this 90-year milestone together with love, the Hernandez and Keys family. Oh, happy birthday, Mary! And with that, I am going to invite practitioner Shelley up to anchor our time together this day with a blessing.
So I invite you to take a breath and allow that breath to center you in your body and in this place in time and space and another. How good it is to come fully present, and in that presence to remember that there is a love that is everywhere present, a peace that passes all understanding, infinite power, and a grace that is everlasting. How good it is to remember that there is an energy, a spirit, a presence, a love, right here, right where we are, right where I am, love divine. Right where each one within the sound of my voice is, love divine, in us, as us, and through us. And in this place of love, I speak a word of gratitude and blessing on our time together. How very good it is to be in spiritual community this day, to be in a place and with a people that recognize this divine love for what it is, spirit on the move in our lives and in the world. To be in a place that recognizes that we are the dedicated hands and feet of this love for ourselves, for each other, and for this planet. And so I bless all of this activity of grace this day. I bless it all, the music, the message, the children's ministry, all of the volunteers and the staff that make this moment possible, this moment where we remember love. In the deepest gratitude, we simply let it be. Blessed, blessed be. And so it is. And we're going to continue our time of spiritual practice with a chant, with this beautiful choir and our music ministry. And I'd like to invite you all to join us. It's about recognizing that this love that is everywhere present, it is all of it. The whole of it is good and sacred, and so are you. And so I invite you to stand as you're able and join us.
All in my mind, in my heart.
so it is.
Oh, blessed be. And so we continue this time of spiritual practice with an inspirational reading with our beloved practitioner, Laura Schlafly.
The following is a reading from Ernest Holmes, and he writes, I know that my search is over. I am consciously aware of the presence of Spirit. I have discovered the great reality. I am awake to the realization of this presence. There is but one life. Knowing that the divine presence is in everyone I meet. The Spirit is in all people. I feel the love of this holy presence, and I open my consciousness to its outpouring. And so it is. Amen.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Darcy Bradley. Thank you. When I'm feeling all alone, so far to go, the signs are nowhere on this road, guiding me home. When the night is closing in, it's falling on my skin. Oh God, will you come close? And light up the sky. You light up the sky to show me you are with me. And I can't deny, no, I can't deny that you are right here with me. You've opened my eyes so I can see you all around me. You light up the sky. You light up the sky to show me that you are with me. The stars are hiding in the clouds. I don't feel them shining, but I can see beyond my doubts. The silver lining when I'm almost reached the end. Your love comes rushing in. Your love is rushing in. You light up the sky. You light up the sky to show me you are with me. And I can't deny, no, I can't deny that you are right here with me. You've opened my eyes so I can see you all around me. You light up the sky. You light up the sky to show me that you are with me. And so I run straight into your arms. You're the bright and morning sun. To show you love, there's nothing you can do. So light up the sky. You light up the sky to show me you are with me. And I can't deny, no, I can't deny that you are right here with me. You've opened my eyes so I can see you all around me. And I light up the sky. You light up the sky to show me that you are with me. That you are with me. That you are with me.
Thank you. Oh, Darcy Bradley. And yes, Rev Noel, you are with me and with all of us. So I want to share again, for those of you who do not know, or maybe are joining us late, or just watching this talk later, our beloved Reverend Dr. Noel McGinnis, a rock, kind of like foundation and walls of this community, a man who contributed to our movement in ways that are impossible to name. He founded communities. He was our board of trustees chaplain since this community began. He never missed a meeting until just recently. I would consider Rev Noel to be a theologian of New Thought, and I do not use that word lightly. He made his transition. He crossed over to the other side of life last week on May 1st. And again, we will be celebrating his life on May 27th at 2 p.m. here in person and online. I know there are those of you all over the country who will be joining us for that. So for all of us who had the great blessing in this life to know Rev Noel, we share something. After every single encounter we had with him for as long as I have known him, which is a very long time, when we would part, when we would leave either, a class or a board meeting or even just a conversation out in the hallway as we were parting, he would say, "Stay in the grace. Stay in the grace." My talk today is called Staying in the Grace. It is the deepest bow that I could think of to give him today, to talk about something he obviously loved, grace. So, what is grace exactly? Well, I gotta tell you, friends, that this is trickier than I originally thought, this whole grace thing. The totality of grace is actually not easy to articulate. It's like trying to describe God or spirit. There just really aren't words that can fully do that. However, I think that most of us know what it feels like to be the recipient of grace. Yeah? We know what that feels like. And I dare say most of us know what it feels like when we are not experiencing grace. Oh. Meaning we know what it feels like to be out of alignment, when things feel off. We know when we have made the choice to step outside of grace or the divine atmosphere of love and flow. Grace never leaves us, but on occasion we leave it. I have spent all week contemplating and unpacking and really being with this idea of grace. I will tell you, friends, we have a gazillion spiritual books about forgiveness and gratitude and love and contemplation and meditation. Not so many about grace. Really, not so many. And now I understand why, because it is such an ineffable idea. It is hard to pin down fully. Because the moment that we try to describe something that is ineffable and infinite in our limited human language, we risk making that thing or that subject finite and actually limited. So with this caveat, understanding that I'm talking today about something that exceeds human language and that really is not something that can be fully described, I shall give it my best for you, Rev Noel. So the word grace has two meanings. According to Webster's dictionary, God's grace is divine love and protection bestowed freely on people. And this comes from the Christian definition of grace. However, that idea, that sort of an outside, up there in the sky, male God bestows grace upon us, does not really land with our New Thought, progressive teaching. Because in our New Thought philosophy, spirit or God or the divine is not a deity above somewhere on some cloud bestowing anything upon us. Rather, God's source, spirit, is the ineffable presence of love itself. It is the very air we breathe. It is the ground we walk on. And in our teaching, we understand that we co-create with this love. We co-create with the divine that is everywhere present, in, through, and as all things. Ernest Holmes wrote, "Grace is the givingness of spirit to its creation." That was his definition. Isn't that beautiful? Grace is the givingness of spirit to its creation. Grace is givingness of spirit. For me, that lands very differently than grace has been bestowed. Grace is the givingness of spirit to each of us. The ancient meaning of the word grace, the etymology of it, is also connected to the idea of giving thanks, of having gratitude. I find this so exquisite. If you ever say or ever did say grace before a meal, in that moment you are extending your gratitude for the gift of the meal. It's literally called saying grace. Saying grace. And within these two definitions, the givingness of spirit to us and our gratitude for that givingness, there are still so many aspects of grace to be discovered. And for me, contemplating this all week, the way it lands in my heart, the best way that I can explain it, the definition that I have come up with that works for me, is that really when we whittle it all down, grace is the activity of love. Grace is the activity of love. It is the divine force on the seen and the unseen sides of life that propels and infuses the activity of love in action. Grace is love in action. Grace is love in action. Keywords, in action. So there's this Italian joke that I love about this poor man who goes to church every single day and he prays before a statue of a great saint. He says the same thing every single day. He says, "Dear saint, please, please, please give me the grace to win the lottery." And this lament goes on for months and months and months until finally, the exasperated statue comes to life. And he looks down at the man and he says, "My son, please, please, please buy a ticket." Grace is a verb. Grace is an action word. Last week, I talked about the largest living organism in the world. It's called the pando, if you recalled. And if you didn't see that talk, I invite you into it because it's connected to this one. The pando is located in Utah, and it's actually one aspen tree whose roots spread underground, and it cloned, and it's now a huge grove of glorious aspen trees, over 40,000 tree trunks. Remember I showed you that picture? That's the largest single living organism in the world. And the reason for this, the reason that it cloned is because underneath the ground is this complex, magnificent, divinely intelligent root system that connects and intertwines these trees, allowing for more life. And I used this analogy that, like the panda, we humans have an invisible divine root system that connects all of us to each other. And so building and continuing this conversation from last week, it is precisely that very divine connectivity, our own human divine root system, that is grace itself. That is grace. Because it is the activity of love that connects us to one another. We have all experienced grace. We have all, every single one of us has experienced love in action. I would like to invite us together, if you are willing, into a spiritual practice so that we can more deeply understand how grace works in our lives. Sound good? Are you willing? All right. So those of you here in the room and those of you online, those of you listening, if you're driving, please pull over. I invite you to take a deep breath and turn within. And just allowing your heart space to expand, to open. That heart chakra, that place where love lives at the center of your being. I invite you to turn towards it and allow it to expand even more in this next breath. I invite you on this next breath to think of a time when you were forgiven for something. Think of a time when you were forgiven for something. That was grace. On this next breath, I invite you to think of a time when you forgave someone else. Think of a time when you forgave someone else. That was grace. Taking in another gentle breath. Think of a time when someone helped you in a time of need. Just think of that. A time when someone helped you in your time of need, whatever that is for you. That was grace. And now I invite you to think of a time when you helped someone else during their time of need. When you helped someone else during their time of need. That was grace. Now I invite you to think of a time when you experienced a miracle or answered prayer. Think of a time when you experienced a miracle or answered prayer. That was grace. Now I invite you to think of a time when you were answered prayer for someone else. think of a time when you were answered prayer for someone else. That was grace. In the energy of this grace, I invite you to anchor this in your memory so that it is amplified within you and becomes an internal, gentle reminder that you, my dear, are here to be love in action. The divine flows through each one of you, and you, my love, are here to be the recipient of grace and the giver of grace. You are here to be in the flow of grace itself. And now I invite you to take a deep breath and gently return to the room that you are in, feeling the love all around, all around. I invite you to stay in this grace. Stay in this activity of love. And if you find yourself, as we humans do, stepping out of this energy, this field of love, I invite you to just gently on the breath, it doesn't have to be complicated or difficult, just gently on the breath, step right back in. Just recall this moment that's anchored in your memory. Recall this moment, take a breath and step right back into the energy field and the activity of love that is grace. I promise you it gets easier with practice. I believe this is what Rev Noel was reminding us of. To stay in the energy field of this kind of grace. Can you feel it? This is a daily spiritual practice. I think that's why he reminded us so often. John O'Donohue wrote, "Grace is one of the most majestic words in theology. No one can set limits to the flow of grace. Grace is the permanent climate of divine kindness." Grace is the permanent climate of divine kindness. Remember, grace doesn't leave. We leave it. When we choose grace, we are choosing divine kindness. We are aligning with Spirit itself. When you think about it, so often we are just gracing all over each other. I think I'm just going to call that a new word of mine, gracing. Let's be gracing. And we do that. We get to do that, don't we? This grace, this gracing, this activity of love, think of it like a river. It flows from the magnificent source, the infinite ocean of God, if you will. And we, my friends, we have incarnated here at this time to be the river of the divine. We are here to flow with grace with each other through the rocks and the valleys of life. To, with God, with Spirit, as it says in the Hebrew Bible in Isaiah, to help make the crooked places straight. When we are supporting others, we're being divine helpers in this way. We are called in this way to provide nourishment and love where it is being called for in the world. I would like to complete today by sharing a piece known by many of you. It's written by Reverend Dr. Noel McGinnis, and it is about this very same river. It's called flow. Be as water is, without friction. Flow around the edges of those within your path. Surround within your ever-moving depths those who come to rest there. Enfold them while never for a moment holding on. Accept whatever distance others are moved within your flow. Be with them gently, as far as they allow your strength to take them. And fill with your own being the remaining space when they are left behind. When dropping down life's rapids, froth and bubble into fragments if you must, knowing that the one of you, now many, will just as many times be one again. And when you've gone as far as you can go, quietly await your next beginning. Let's pray. I invite the practitioners forward. Let us take a deep breath. What a blessing it is to be like this river, one with the divine, this source that is called by so many names: God, Spirit, Allah, the I Am, the great reality. How good it is to know that we are all of this one. We flow from this one in service to one another. How good it is to be a beneficial presence, as Rev Noel taught us. I am so grateful. I am so thankful to know that each one of us has the opportunity to be in grace, to live in the activity of grace, to recognize that it is love in action, to gently bring ourselves back to grace when we in our human form forget that it's just on the breath, that grace lives and breathes at the center of each of us and all things, that it is everywhere present. In this moment, I extend this grace to all of our friends and family, knowing that they too are surrounded by this activity of love, this grace from the inside out. I'm so grateful and I am so thankful for this knowing, for this teaching, for this philosophy, for this way of life. I bless on behalf of each one of us here, all people who gather in churches and mosques and synagogues and temples and ashrams and planning meetings and marches and vigils and yoga mats. How good it is to be a part of this one human family, this divine root system that is connected by grace. I am so grateful and I am so thankful for this knowing. I bless each one of us, and I bless our beloved Reverend Noel. What a blessing, what a gift, this life. And so it is. Blessed be. And so it is. Thank you.
Oh, Reverend Shannon, thank you for that message. Such grace, such love, as he taught us. Thank you. I'd like to invite the choir up for your next song while I talk a little bit about our conscious giving time. This is our time where we get to give to support the work that is happening here. You know, we don't sell commercial space on our videos. We don't sell prayers. We do what we do, and we depend on your support to make this community and this message happen, both here in this building and throughout the world. So wherever you are, I just want to say thank you for your gift. There are many ways you can give. Our baskets are about to be passed here. There are ways you can give on our website, newthoughtcsl.org. You can text to give at 503-966-3236. You set it up once, and it's so easy and wonderful. But whatever is yours to give, let's say a word of blessing on it, shall we? With all the grace and the love in our hearts. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. And now please join me in welcoming Darcy Bradley and the choir.
Come on!
Brian Harris, music director extraordinaire. My. Love can move mountains. I have a few quick announcements for you today. This is the last opportunity to register for the Beyond Limits class with Rev Shannon O'Hurley. Class started on Monday, and that class was recorded, so you can catch up. You can register online on our website today. This is the last week to buy tickets for the Matt Kahn event, which is happening this coming Friday evening, May 12th. General admission tickets at the door will be $5 more, so buy your tickets online now. Live stream tickets are $25, so we can reach you anywhere in the world. Next Sunday is Mother's Day, and Rev Shannon will be offering a baby, child, and teen blessing, a New Thought christening, during our 11 o'clock service. So if you're local and you have a baby, a young child, or even a teen who has not been christened before with us, and you'd like to be included in this very special and loving ceremony, please go to our website and follow the link to register, or you can sign up at the information table. We do need to know in advance if you want to be part of that ceremony, so let us know. On Saturday, May 20th, we're having a grounds cleanup work party from 10 to 2. After so much rain, our grounds need some loving attention. I would agree with that assessment, Mary. Bring your work gloves and tools if you have them. Stay for an hour or stay for the whole time. Pizza and salad will be served for lunch. And please sign up so we know how many to expect. Mary, did they sign up for that on the website or here? There's a sign up right here on the information table. So thank you so much for that. I love the people who love up our building and our grounds. It just touches me deeply, and I'm not that person. If you order, I love those of you who are. If you ordered plants from the teens' spring plant sale, they can be picked up today and next Sunday in the outside the teen room in the courtyard here. So make sure you're getting your plants. Reverend Shannon.
All right. So I want to, again, thank all of you who are here with us. I really recognize that the energy that is created here is created because we are here together. And those of you online, thank you for tuning in. I know that we're not always able to get everyone from all the places. And I want to thank those who we were able to capture from Colorado, Florida, California, Arizona, Oregon, Washington, and Germany. We love you. Thank you for being here with us. I'm going to invite our practitioners forward. You know, we have prayer down here after service. As soon as the service is complete, this space turns into a time of meditation and prayer. And just know if there's anything on your heart at all, whether you are here in person or online, please, you can, and all the information's in the chat box for those of you online, you can come down here to one of our practitioners and just let them know what's on your heart, and they'll take it from there. They got you covered. They will pray with you. It is one of the most beautiful things that we offer in this community. Can we just give some applause and gratitude to our incredible practitioners? Truly amazing. Truly amazing. So I also, again, just if you haven't yet signed up for my Beyond Limits class, we're joining tomorrow night. It's awesome. And where is she? My beloved Carolyn. We've got people all over the world that are going to be tuning into the Matt Kahn event this coming Friday night. You do not want to miss that. So if you are here and you haven't gotten your tickets yet, sign up or come in person. I'm going to be here. It's going to be fantastic. So that, again, is this Friday night, Matt Kahn. Miss Shelley Walker, please join me. I'm going to invite all of you to stand as you are able, as together we share our final blessing. And I want to just invite you all this week to be grace in this world. With that, may you go in the light, as the light, and with the light, until we meet again. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. You are so loved. Mwah.
I release and I let go. I let